Content disclaimer. The views, comments, and opinions expressed by guest speakers or authors on this YouTube channel do not necessarily reflect or represent the views and opinions held by this channel's broadcasters and its sponsors. Parental guidance is advised. Copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of Copyright Act of 1976. Allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comments, news reporting, teachers, scholarship, education, and research. For fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringed. Deliver me, deliver me, deliver me from my enemies, yeah. Deliver me, deliver me, deliver me. Protect me from them. Greetings, 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 one and all family. What's up? How y'all doing? It's your brother King Simon, still in Brooklyn, New York. United World. Yes. Mother had a great time yesterday. She had a wonderful time. A lot of family members came out. That was good. A lot of people called. Today is April the 22nd. Big up to those born on the 22nd of this month. I know Jasmine is born the 22nd of this month. Jasmine Sade. I think she's an artist. Yeah, she's an artist extraordinaire. Big up to people born on the 22nd. Very interesting. Master numbers are very interesting because sometimes master numbers like to work on projects. I was thinking about that today as I woke up. And when I looked at certain master number frequencies, wherever your master number shows up, there's some type of major project that you're supposed to work up. Even if you're born in the master number month, like November, you're supposed to work on some type of project that will elevate you to another level in your life. And because sometimes people born under the 22 can go, and under any master number, but especially the 11 or the master number 22, which are connected to the calendar dates. Sometimes they can get caught up in the illusions and the deception of others. Sometimes they can be sleeping with an enemy and don't even know it. It's just how, that's what you attract. And if you're not on track with your intuition and your gut feelings, that's where problems in relationship can be. You gotta deal with people that you are really trusted to and that you really trust. People born connected to that number 11 or that number 22, and since today is the 22nd, and most of the master numbers, if not all of them, they have to be very careful of people trying to bring them down to a lower status of who they are, lower status. and take time to evaluate the people that they allow in their space. Master numbers, people born on those master number frequencies are supposed to be high level thinkers. But if they hold themselves back or allow people to hold themselves back, they have to work on projects. They have to build. They got to keep on growing and mastering different fields, and I can hardly see. So if people putting anything I can't see because the sun is shining and it glares off of anything. So if y'all are saying anything on that track, I can't see the chat. I really cannot see the chat at this time unless I pull it up. But because I set up the phone a certain way, the sun is glaring. So big up to everybody that's saying anything. I know there's activities happening, but it is what it is. You know. So there's a lot. A lot is required for people born under the 22nd, or if your alignment number adds up to a master number, if the year you're born adds up to a master number, if your life path adds up to a knife, when you add your month, day, and year, and it adds up to a master number, like it might add up to 1984, and 1984 adds up to 22, or it might add up to 1975, and 1975 adds up to 22. Yeah, pay close attention. Pay close attention to who you allow in your space. And even if you're born, I personally consider people born on like January 1st, 1-1, February 2nd, 2-2, March the 3rd, 3-3. I consider them master number frequencies also, because now you start to look at things from a holistic perspective. You see that. Like I always advise people to look at things. Thanks to people like Dr. Layla Africa for reminding me constantly to look at things from a holistic perspective. So master numbers has to people born under that master number frequency goes through a lot, but if they're willing to keep their mind high and be with people that will also assist in them elevating as well as they are helping others to elevate, then they will survive. They will make it through all the ups and downs, through all, whatever's being put out there. What I've analyzed is when a master number is on the top of their game, like Terrence Howard. Terrence Howard is a master number. He born March 11th. When a master number is at the top of their game, they they came here to make the world either better or they can make it worse. It's up to them because there's duality. And Elephant Man, the reggae artist, is born under a master number, and so is Shaggy, the reggae artist. I always tell people about Sam Cooke, Taraji P. Henderson. Um, they check onto Diop, or it was either it's check onto Diop or Chancellor Williams. One of them. One is born the 29th. One is born the 22nd of December. So they came. People with master numbers. And like I say, if I see people born on May the 5th, I consider that a master number. They come with a lot of energy, a lot of mental energy too, and they have to discipline their mind. So although every number has the possibilities in escaping into mental health or mental health issues, it's just that certain numbers predominantly can become a mental case and probably need to go to therapy or hypnotherapy or, you know, psychotherapy, because of a world that is constantly inundating us with a lot of distractions that can bring people to a depressive mode. And, you know, master numbers shows up in my chart twice. Shows up in my chart twice. My last name has a master number frequency of 22. And in the Chaldean system, all my vowels in my name, A, E, I, O, U, and sometimes Y, I'm talking about my birthing name, full name, the number 11 is dominant. So even those numbers that might be distant from your birthday or distant from your first name, they also can awaken the positive and the negative of that master number. Many of us that have the master number frequency just have to be more connected to their intuition a little bit more, because with great power comes great responsibility. And it is a master number's responsibility to work constantly on their spiritual architect as well as their physical architectural design. And if they don't have the funds at that time to go and get therapy, I will always advise going to YouTube University. It's free. If your budget is kind of low at this time, because it won't always stay there and the circulation is kind of slowing down, then you could go to Udemy, and everything that you learn, you turn it into something, because master number frequencies are here to turn what they learn and what they've earned into something greater that can be global on another level, whether you're born or connected to 11, 22, 33, 44, 55, 66, 77, 88, 99, 11, 11, 12, 12. Of course, January 1st, 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, 4, 4, 5, 5. All those months and days that are equated to each other aligns you with a master number frequency if you allow the frequency to guide you, not control you, to guide you. So it's beneficial. It's beneficial to be able to use every number at your disposal. It's just like certain martial arts, or certain like ninjas, or what they dub as a ninja. A ninja, like Master Duncan would tell us, would allow you to be able to become wherever you are and be able to use all of the tools, improvise weapons at your disposal. And you got to look at the numbers connected to your name and your birthday as tools that you can use to keep your mind at a higher vibratory level and not be afraid to use them. And some of them might be a little rough, might be a little rough roads with using some of them, but it's all right. You know, the goal, one of the goals is to keep it simple, but keep it moving also. Keep it simple, develop the basics of each interpretation of the number. You can get my book, you can get Lloyd's book, you can get any numerologist, whatever you vibrate on, whoever you vibrate with. In my books, I try not to be too complicated. Some people complicate things with a bunch of jargon and a bunch of, oh, my life path is this, and this is this, and this is. It's good to know those things, but at the end of the day, if you start reading all of them in what they're called, you'll find in the different titles that is given, you'll find that they all basically have similar meanings. It's just, you'll just have to, I say, tap in and keep on working that meaning from the month you're born to the day you're born and what it meant, what it means, because numbers deal with patterns, cycles, and sequences. And if you're willing to spiral up and develop your your and develop your the interpretations and the positive interpretation of each number, oh yeah, it'd be a beautiful thing if you know what you're doing. I know I've been doing it and it has helped me. And sometimes, yeah, we get lackadaisical. But at the end of the day, even when you get lackadaisical, that is the negative of the number. So the numbers ain't going nowhere. It's just that sometimes we choose to get lackadaisical or lazy or second guessing ourselves. And it's important to keep on keeping on, like Kaba Kamene would say, keep on keeping on, and don't don't give up. Just make sure that you take it up a notch. And some people might say, "Oh, how do you do that?" There's work that has to be done, but if you, it's just like when you need to get to work, and you know you got to get there at a certain time. And you know that if you miss that bus, you start taking it up a notch to get to that bus at that same time, or that train at the same time, or you want to be in a certain area at the same time while you're driving, because you know traffic can get crazy at certain times. So we know how to take it up a notch when we want to get to some place or want to buy something that we really want and love. We know how to do that. We really do. We know how to take it up a notch when we're working for other people, because you have your boss gives you time constraints. Sometimes they give you grace periods. The word boss, the word boss in the Pythagorean, that's 2 plus 6, 6 and 6 is 12, 13, 14. The word boss in the Pythagorean adds up to the number 14, which 14 in compound numerology is the ability to deal with nations and crowds and people and many people. So a boss has to be able to deal with nations and crowds of people. It's one of the magical numbers of the five. And because the word boss is able to deal with it from the Pythagoras perspective, because like I said, that word adds up to a number 14 with the healing vibration. No, I'm sorry. It doesn't add up to the number 14. I'm sorry. Because the double S adds up to 11. It's a master number 11. I'm looking at the 33 in the Chaldean because I have so many systems in my head. Pardon me. I have so many systems in my head. So the word boss, when you add the 2 plus the 6, that's 8. Then it's the 9 and 10. So it is actually a number 10 frequency. It's a wheel of fortune. It's a number of wheel of fortune. Still the ability to deal with crowds of people, but it's about circulating their energy. So a boss has to circulate the energy because of the number 1, and the 0 adds extremity to circulate. But also the boss has to be assertive because the number 1 is an assertive number, and the 0 adds an extra kick to that assertion. Also, it deals with creativity. So anybody that's a boss is more likely very creative in order for them to become a boss in what they do, or boss over people. And they have to be able to bring balance to situations in order for the team and the whole organization to be successful. For the word boss adds up to a number 10 in the Pythagorean. In the Chaldean now, the word boss, that's 2 plus 7, that's 9, 9 and 6, 15. So 9 and 6 is 15, where the double S's are the 33 in the bunch. But 15 is that number of balance, bringing balance, but it's also a number of the 1 and 5, which is the creative and the flexibility and the adaptability of that particular word called boss. So boss has a duality. Boss have two master numbers in it because of the double S's, 11, 33. So it adds an intensity to whatever. Anybody that wants to be a boss, where's the word boss and all that kind of stuff. You'll find that they have to be intense. They're very intense people. Most of your bosses in their private time to get where they had to be very intense, and they had to know how to manipulate for the good or for the bad. So if you want to become a boss, you have to be able to bring balance, and you have to bring the balance between the spiritual and the physical aspect of running business. That's what a boss needs to do in order for it to be successful to any capacity. I was asking Brother Rich where he got that shirt "Boss" from, and he said he got it from Etsy or someplace online. But I want cosmic boss. That's what I want. The cosmic boss. When you add cosmic to that, or numerovational boss to it, I'm changing the whole frequency from what it is to what it shall be in assisting with because boss is assisting what I'm doing, whether it's cosmically. And so when I break down the word cosmic, it has a whole nother meaning, has a whole nother vibration. And when I break out the word numerovation or numerovational boss or cosmic boss, it gives another meaning. So if you plan on being a boss on anything, you have to, in order for you to have to, because the older system of numerology, the word boss adds up to 15. That means a true boss is here to bring some type of balance, creativity, flexibility to any situation in order to build their business. And because in the Pythagorean system, which is the youngest of the system, as up to a number 10, a true boss is here to bring wheel of fortune after they've brought the balance to the world and balance to their organization. And some people can be arrogant, they can be hard-headed, they can be disruptive, they can be pitting employees against each other. Yeah, that's the devastating, that's the destructive part of the 15 and the number 10. Because remember, in compound numerology, what people might call tarot or tarot, and number 10 is the wheel of fortune, and it alerts you that you could accomplish things on a bigger manner, but you could also accomplish things both for good, bad, or good. And because the word boss adds up to a 15 in the Chaldean system, 2, 5, 6, it's the 15 in tarot is the number of the devil, the spiritual side battling with the physical side. It's a devil card. And then backwards, we know it's lived. That devil card. Not deceiving yourself in your living, but learning how to deliberately pay attention so you can go back to your original state, devil. And the original state of the quote unquote devil was the bright and morning star, or the bright and morning sun, bright and morning star. It was very, it was the devil was a very powerful angel amongst the other angels, with right there alongside Michael and Michael and Jibrail and Gabriel, according to biblical studies. So we can either go down the negative road as being a boss, or go down the positive road of being a boss, go up the positive road of being a boss. But it is a powerful thing that we're doing. It's a powerful thing that you have to live. Yeah. Come on. Yeah, there's a powerful thing that we're doing, very powerful. So you gotta be mindful of how you're doing what you're doing and what you're doing when you want to be a boss. And again, because they have the master numbers are very important, but they're not the most important. Master numbers are very important. They're not the most important. No number to me is the most important. It's how you use them, because they could be the vibration. If you don't use them correctly, they can be detrimental. If you do use them correctly, they can be very healing and helpful along the route and along the way. All right. So I hope y'all have a great day. Y'all be safe, be strong, be focused, do what you got to do, maintain your discipline. Master number 22 days is one of those days. All right. Master number 22 days is one of those days that you have to monitor your mind, your thoughts, and find some type of spiritual awakening, and keep on elevating. You add it all the way across, it adds up to a number 16. You add it all the way across, it adds up to a number 16 if you add it all the way across. So when you add the 4 plus 22, which is a 4 plus 8 year, adds up to 16. So 16 universally, this is a 16 day or 7 day. So imagination should be heightened. Your spiritual acuteness should be alerted. The law of attraction should be working with you if you allow it to work with you. If you're gonna, don't overthink, just meditate and reformulate what your thoughts can be, to meditate and make it something that can manifest on a universal 7 day like today is. Today's a universal 7 day. So anybody born on today, this is your 7th year, personal year cycle. And this is a year of sabbatical and really thinking about what you want in your life. What you want, who you want, where you want. And in a 7 personal year cycle, it's not about chasing the money, it's about attracting the money, because it is a law of attraction. But you got to know where you're going, because remember, the seven looks like an arrow pointing, but it also looks like an angle. Upside down, it could look like an angle, whether right or left, depending on your perception. So which angle you're going to take in your manifestation and what you attract in your life. That's what's going to be most important in a 7 year cycle for someone born today, because today is their personal year cycle has begun officially, because they're in the crossroads of their life, crossing the road. And this is one of their crossroads cycles. You know what I'm saying? It's one of their crossroads cycles. It's one of their crossroads cycles. Hey, dog. It's one of their crossroads cycles. You know, it's the last. And when you're in a 7 year cycle, this is the last crossroad. And then you might end up into you have a few different crossroads. Always remember that. The main crossroad is the one that lasts for 4 years, from the 4, 5, 6, and 7. So those are the main crossroads. 8 and 9 personal years are crossroads also, but that's alerting you on what you need to remove out of your life and what you not to recognize that are assets to you in your life. And then you have another crossroad that comes up with the 1, 2, and 3, which is more expansive, new beginnings, new ideals, partnerships, growth, and all that kind of stuff. So, you know, and when you do a session with me, I break that down to you if you need, if my spirit leads me there, depending on your questioning. But I like to operate on question. And many people would like to find out what's going on for the next year. And I'm saying our people some of our people don't get it yet. Sometimes people don't get it. That it's not about the next year. The next year is important, but the next year is supposed to lead you into 10 years, 20 years, 100-year plan. Those next year, so people are concerned with the now, and now is good, but at the end of the day, things are still going, things are still moving, things are still doing things, and some of us might be caught up in a little loop because they feel they're not going anywhere. No, you're going somewhere. It's just that sometimes it's not fast enough because we were taught that everything happens. We're taught now that everything is fast, quick moving, and everything is fast, especially with these computers. But the process is still work. The process is still there. Still a process. Still a process happening. So, big up to all of y'all out there. Big up to all of y'all doing the best and heavy on your self-love. Big up to all of y'all that are heavy on your self-love. This backyard. I kind of grew up in this backyard. This is my mother's backyard, so I know she's gonna want to cut the grass in a few. I might have to help her cut the grass and keep it moving. But yeah, thank y'all very much. Big up to I think I can see now. Let me pull up a little bit. Okay, I see hey, Chinese woman. Hey, what's up? I forgot how to say greetings in Chinese. I can say it in Japanese. I forgot to say greetings in Chinese. Big up to all of y'all. Stay focused and enjoy your life. I put up 2 quotes on my IG of Einstein. He said some very key stuff about imagination and intuition. So look at those 2 quotes on Einstein that I put up in my IG feed. I didn't put it up in my stories. One is about imagination and the importance of imagination, and the other one is the importance of intuition. I think people need to tap into their imagination and listen to their intuition a little bit more. So I'm still in New York. More than likely I'm leaving. Then I found out that there's a funeral of a friend of mine's wife. And she was a friend too. I'm thinking about staying, but I know Rizza Islam is there this weekend at Nicholas. Thinking about staying. I'm thinking. I have things to do in New York. If I do, I might just stay till August 27th and leave on August 28th, or leave that evening so I can get back in town in New York. Get back in town on time to do what I have to do in New York City. I mean, in Georgia. Because we got things to do. And I enjoy what I do. All right, so family, make sure you enjoy what you do. As you know, I keep it simple. I don't get technical. I was studying some stuff by Terrence Howard today, and he really helped me to stretch my thoughts. Even when I do timetables, especially when you're doing 1 times 1. And I've had his book for a couple years now on that concept. And so believe me, even when I attempt to multiply while doing my numerovational session to get the trajectory of my clients, I'm very cognizant of what Terrence said in regards to the math. And if we don't get it right, we're doomed. If we don't get the math right, he basically said it, we're doomed. I don't believe we're doomed. I think it was needed for someone like him to reveal that. And being born under a master number himself, it was because people born under that master number sees what other people do not see most of the time. And I tap into my master number frequency a lot with my last name, and then my vowels adding up to the master number 11. So I think I've seen what was I seeing up here? Let me scroll down. Now I can see a little better. The sun is moving. Scroll down. Somebody said something. Boom. Okay, Benita. What's up, Benita? Big up. Okay. Big up to Warrior. Also, big up to Imhotep too. I think he just hit me up also. Yeah. Trying to call. I might be interviewing Professor Bill McLeod on Wednesday early. Depending on, I gotta check his schedule. I think he likes to do the Wednesday or might do Tuesday. We'll see. But the importance of being in an art for 50 years. Professor Bill has been in the art for over 50 years. 80 years old now. He's going to be turning 80 in the next couple of days. A lot of people is converging down. I might not be able to make it back. But a lot of people is converging down to support his 80 years. So I'm going to support as much as I can, support by any means necessary. Even Professor Zahalia says she's coming down. Professor Abdul Hakim said he's going to be there. I'm talking to a few of the professors and grandmasters in martial arts out here in LA. I think Professor Sims is coming. So people are coming to celebrate 20 years of Bill McLeod. And that's going to be good. I'm with that. So family, have a great day, afternoon, or evening. I know this is more somber and more cool King Simon, but I can't wait to get back on my board. I've been typing up a lot of stuff in my head and not in my head, putting it in my computer and designing all types of flyers for the next chalkboards lesson that I'm going to give with words and sayings and all that kind of stuff. So y'all enjoy, y'all be safe out there, y'all take care. And it was good hanging out with my family yesterday. Some of them, it was like 17, 18 of them. It was good seeing my children, 2 of them, baby mothers. Well, one of the baby mothers. Yeah, I did see both. I seen my children's mothers. I seen my first wife. She's in town. And then I seen my last child's mother and her mom. Good seeing them. My mother's birthday. My mother touched a lot of people regardless of whom or what. And she's still touching people. She's enjoying herself. She's relaxing. So take care, family. Have a great day, afternoon, or evening. Be safe, be great, and continue to be numerovated by any means necessary. All right? Peace and love. Content disclaimer. The views, comments, and opinions expressed by guest speakers or authors on this YouTube channel do not necessarily reflect or represent the views and opinions held by this channel's broadcasters and its sponsors. Parental guidance is advised. Copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of Copyright Act of 1976. Allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comments, news reporting, teachers, scholarship, education, and research. For fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringed.
King Simon, I love him. He's family, and he has one of the top shows on the Forbidden Knowledge TV network, actually.
Right.
So make sure you guys check that out if you haven't.
Yeah, his show is called it was really based on Numerovation. It's a numerology show, and it's called How to Calculate Your Destiny.
Yes.
By King Simon. He's the host of the show. The show has done so well, we're now getting ready to start working on filming season 2. All right, so King Simon, one of the top shows on Forbidden Knowledge TV, streaming TV platform.
It's the Numerovational session with King Simon. Text your full name and date of birth to 347-496-1022. That's 347-496-1022. And get my books on Amazon now.
Hey everyone, I'm Elizabeth Carson and I'm thrilled to introduce to you an extraordinary weekend event happening right here in Miami, Florida on August 3rd and 4th. It's none other than the second annual Forbidden Conscious Awards weekend. After the tremendous success of last year's event with over 1,200 attendees from around the globe, we knew we had to make this year's event even more spectacular. On Saturday, we have a captivating conference lined up featuring world-renowned speakers such as Muhammad Ibrahim, Merkaba 13, Robert Grant, Billy Carson, and a women's panel hosted by yours truly. Following the conference, we'll set sail for a VIP yacht cruise at sunset where you'll have the chance to mingle with your favorite nominees and celebrity guests, all hosted by 19 Keys. Sunday, August 4th, kicks off with a Forbidden Knowledge book publishing signing event, followed by the highly anticipated second annual Forbidden Conscious Awards. This is a red carpet affair, so come dressed to impress. Remember last year we surprised a lucky guest with an Audi A4 during the awards, and this year we're upping the ante with a chance to win a Mercedes-Benz. So make sure you secure your tickets early. This event is sure to sell out quickly. I cannot wait to see each and every one of you there for what promises to be an unforgettable weekend of education, inspiration, celebration, and glamour.
Some people think that this esoteric knowledge is for the rich and powerful, when in actuality, the so-called 85% has a spark in them that if it is sparked through numerology, astrology, numerovation, whatever, it will raise them up from an 85%, maybe to a 10%, and eventually they become the 5%, the poor or prosperous righteous teachers. You gotta understand that this knowledge is not just for one class of people. We gotta get out of the class.